talking to James Howard on TV. Jones Jr. The 6'4" sophomore from Staten Island, New York, number 2. Didn't announce himself and called the fucking trail foul.
The 6'4" freshman from East Brunswick, New Jersey, number 11.
That was a wild game.
A 6'3" junior from Bayshore, New York, number 15, Angel Rivera. And a 6'2" freshman from Rahway, New Jersey, number 30, Jordan Bell. John Johnson coaches Ryan Holland, and the assistant coaches Wade Cornegay, Jason Griffin, John Curran, Long Johnson, Jose Rodriguez, and Kieran Hamilton. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore from East Chester, New York, number 1, Sean Conley. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Jamaica, New York, number 15, Jamel Fair. At forward, a 6'3" senior from Houston, Texas, number 11, Adnan Bajrami. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 14, Michael Richards. And at forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Queens, New York, number 21, Neil Pearson. The Bearcats head coach is John Lacey, the associate head coach Tamara Farid, and the assistant coaches Joshua Cheddar and Robert Page. Reminder to all fans, we request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Any sexist comments or acts directed at anyone on grounds for removal.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Arc Arena for a CUNYAC matchup between your Baruch College Bearcats and the Bloodhounds of John Jay. I'm Brian Flannery, joined here by Joe Stolzer. And Joe, we have an exciting matchup here today at the Arc Arena. Bearcats coming off a really nice win.
Yeah, Brian, happy Saturday. This is a really special day. Normally it's Alumni Day. Due to circumstances, it was canceled, but it's in our hearts and spirit. The tradition of Baruch basketball created by Ray Rankus. So big-time conference game, Brian, today.
Absolutely. Should be a good one, Joe, as the Bearcats win the tip and Donelon will take it up. Handed off to Fair in the corner. Fair unable to corral that pass, and that's going to be Bloodhound ball.
Yeah, Brian, what the Bearcats want to do early is kind of get Jamal Fair going. Bajrami is the main man, but it's nice that Fair has stepped up lately.
Absolutely. Fair coming off a very nice performance last game. Able to score at all 3 levels. Did a lot of good things on both ends of the ball. Definitely the X factor in the Bearcats' last win, as he's going to get rung up for the foul. Going for the ball.
I like the way the Bearcats came out on this first possession defensively. They're right in the body of John Jay. And I'm going to talk a lot about the body language today, because that usually dictates when Baruch is successful.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, as Jordan Bell will go to the line to shoot 2. And good on the first.
Early on here, Bearcat fans should look for John Jay. Rivera, Angel Rivera, is kind of their scorer, transfer from Hofstra. And Holmes, secondary guy, Isaac Holmes, scoring-wise.
Yeah, Bearcats definitely can't take John Jay lightly despite the 4-9 overall record. A lot of good options as Bajrami gets the ball on the outside. Drives inside. Looking for the bank, doesn't get it. Oh, rebound, Pursick. Ball rattled around, and Donelon able to recover.
Good hustle by the Bearcats.
John Jay is going to pick up the foul on the floor. Bearcats will inbound.
I think the Bearcats should give Pearsall some touches, get him going down low, and get the defense. And the thing, Brian, is the Bearcats need to get to the foul line more than they have.
Absolutely, Joe. You saw that last game. There was a pretty big discrepancy, especially in that second half, as far as getting to the line, as Pursick battling down low, loose ball, and John Jay is going to come away with it before any jump ball signal.
Yeah, John Jay was just in the right place at the right time.
So Jordan Bell will take it up for the Bloodhounds. calling out the offense here. Handed off to Rivera, swung on to Jones Jr., back up to Bell. Outside to Watkins. Watkins, corner 3, Rivera, and Rivera knocks it down.
One of the things that defensively you have to do is close out. Don't give open shots, especially open threes. And I know Coach Alisi is going to speak about that probably in the first timeout.
Yeah, so nice easy look there for Rivera as he's able to convert on the triple. Bajrami looking for something now. Fair in the corner. Back out to Donelon at the top. Donelon driving left. Goes up to some contact. Doesn't get it. Pursick able to crash the boards, get the rebound, and he's fouled on the putback attempt.
Pursick just so active underneath. He keeps his arms up, and he's almost on every play. And that's hopefully going to play out throughout the game for the Bearcats down low.
Definitely agree, Joe. Pursick, one of the more athletic centers Coach Alisi has had on this roster in quite some time.
When him and Muhammad Guy are in the game, boy, that's a 1-2 punch down low.
Yeah, really nice combo there in that front court for the Bearcats. As Pursick's good on the first, Cameron Burns checking in. He'll replace Jamel Fair.
Cameron Burns, the freshman, with every game, Coach Alisi giving him more playing time. He's getting more experience, and he's one of the more versatile players in the league, not just the Bearcats. He can do a lot.
Absolutely, really exciting player. Bearcats were able to recruit and really like all the aspects of his game. So excited to see what he can do throughout his career here in Bearcat Blue. Outside attempt, Corey Jones Jr., and he's fouled on the three-point attempt. A little bit of a wild shot. Not necessarily sure that required the closeout, but Joe, to the earlier three, the Bearcats didn't close out, so maybe they're kind of compensating there.
Well, Donelon was 100% off balance. He was never in a stance, so that was a problem. And it's a good thing it didn't go in because it might have been a 4-point play. But, again, you got to stay in front of the player.
So Bearcats off to a little bit of a slow start here on both ends. They'll hope to string together some quality possessions on both sides of the floor.
Brian, I want to go back to the Lehman game. That took a lot out of this team. They gave everything. So they have to kind of like recharge themselves into it's a next game, move on.
Of course, yeah, that was a hard battle betwing the Bearcats and the Lehman. Of course, the Bearcats coming out on top, but
heavyweight match.
Lehman definitely played the Bearcats tight, and it went down to the final few possessions. So, yeah, the Bearcats a little slow to get started, but hopefully they'll pick it up here. And just like that one almost rattled home for Cam Burns, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
We know that Cameron Burns is going to be an X factor. Look at that body control. He was fouled, but he kind of double clutched.
I think one of my favorite parts of his game is as a freshman, just no hesitancy to come on the floor and make an impact right away. Whereas you can get a little tentative, you're feeling out your role and whatnot, but Burns has come out, wasted no time to hit the ground running in his collegiate career.
To your point, he's a Jersey guy. Jersey basketball, very tough players, especially the Catholic school leagues.
Yeah, that's where we saw Chima come from.
Yep.
The leading statistical record holder of just about every category in Baruch basketball history, Chima Ekabar, program legend. As Pursick's able to come down with the defensive rebound, he'll push it up himself, finds a cutting Richards. Richards goes up and under, off the glass, and rattles it home. Michael Richards, very nice cut.
Brian Richards and Cameron Burns present an athletic problem for John Jay. Their ability to utilize their body so many ways to get to the basket.
Absolutely. As that ball is stolen, Pursick looking to push it up again, but that one was stolen from behind by Bell. Corner three now. That is Watkins. No good. Loose ball. They're going to say it's off John Jay last, and that's going back to the Bearcats.
You know, I want the people at home to watch Bajrami. He hasn't been, we haven't talked about him, but watch him clap his hands, kind of urge his teammates on. He's really going to be a big leader for this team.
Absolutely. Bajrami out of Houston, Texas, provides a lot of veteran leadership for this Bearcat roster, able to do a lot of things that don't even necessarily come up in the stat sheet. So Richards outside, Richards driving. Hesitates, nice pivot, and Michael Richards with the finish. Also great to see Richards back on the court. Suffered a little bit of a cut injury last game that forced him to miss time, but great seeing him back on the floor and making an early contribution here for Coach Elise's offense.
Coach Elise with Burns and Richards has a very athletic backcourt.
And speaking of athleticism, Adnan Bajrami gets the steal in transition, and he's able to finish it home into contact. Bearcats lead 10-7.
That's my football guy, Bajrami. Boy, he utilizes his strength to the maximum.
Yeah, really able to use his body. Kind of reminds me of James Harden in the way that he's able to finish through contact there. And that's a really nice move by Garrison Watkins, able to stop his dribble, shakes the defender. Nice pivot and the easy one-hand finish.
At the 15-minute mark, basically, Brian, the Bearcats got it going offensively, but defensively they have to kick their heels in and tighten.
That's going to be a deep three from Jones Jr. No good, but rebounded by Leston. Ball taken back out of top by Mikael Leston. Coach Highland calling out the offense. Ball in the corner now for John Jay. And that ball, a little bit of a loose pass there. Bearcats able to recover the turnover.
But that was a good defensive possession by the Bearcats. They pressured the John Jay.
Absolutely, and coming off the turnover, Adnan Bajrami with a beautiful behind-the-back pass, finding Purisic wide open there in the paint for the easy finish.
It's always rewarded when you have a great defensive possession and you get a nice, easy basket offensively.
Yeah, Bearcats had numbers on the Bloodhounds, able to capitalize there. So Rivera, mid-range step back, no good, and that's going to be off John Jay last. So that ball's going back to the Bearcats. Few subs here on both sides. Going to see Jack Reese check in as he will handle the point guard duties. Donovan checking out, and Jamel Fair back in. He'll come in for Michael Richards.
Jack Reese is the leader of the scrappy unit for Coach Elise. A very active guard, fearless out there.
And Purisic, nice hook shot there.
He's going to have that all day unless he's stopped.
Purisic now leading all scorers with 6 points here on the afternoon. Holmes, nice job of pivoting, able to create some separation between him and Purisic in the paint.
I mean, that was credit the offensive player for staying with it body control-wise.
So Jamel Fair will handle the ball at the top. Dishes out to Bajrami. Burns looks inside to Purisic. Purisic forced to the perimeter. Corner three, Jack Reese, pump fake. Drives the baseline. Doesn't get it on the layup, and that's going to be corralled by the Bloodhounds as they'll push it up quickly. Here's Rivera. Gets to 2 feet. Finds Cindy on the corner. Watkins, he'll pull from three. No good, and rebounded by Jamel Fair.
That was good defense.
Yeah, another good defensive stop by the Bearcats.
Shots are not coming easy for John Jay. That's a good thing.
Cameron Burns, step back three, and he knocks that down.
Notice that Coach Elise is giving him a lot of playing time, Cameron Burns, here early on. This is going to pay off down the road. Definitely
agree, Joe, as Burns has 5 on the afternoon. Corner three, Holmes rattles out. Rebound Burns, and he's going to push it up quickly. Behind the back dribble. And he drives. Nice Euro step there out of Cameron Burns. Strong finish as the Bearcats now lead 19-11. Burns leading all scorers with 7 points here at the first half. John Jay called a timeout, so we'll be back in a few moments. So back underway here at the Arc Arena. Bearcats leading 17-11, 12:30 remaining. 12:21 remaining here in the first half. A few really nice sequences here out of the Bearcats, able to create some separation, and definitely feels like Baruch has the momentum right now.
Yeah, Coach Alisi has made the right moves against substitution-wise here. Everything has worked out for him.
So Watkins handling the ball. Dished out to Rivera at the top. Rivera working on Bajrami. Here's Leston now. And Leston gets swiped by Bajrami. Loose ball recovered by DeCintio. Holmes looking to drive and would have committed a shot clock violation as the Bearcats quickly get that one. Here's Burns, dish to Bajrami, and the easy finish. Cameron Burns making it look easy.
Hey, Brian, I like Burns, what he's doing, because Burns is the catalyst right now for the Bearcats.
Yep.
And look at his body language, and I think people are feeding off that. They're on their toes.
Absolutely. So Cameron Burns, definitely the X factor here in the first half, just like Jamel Fair was against Lehman, able to really control both phases of the game. John Jay, again, going pretty deep into the shot clock. And that ball rattles off the top of the stanchion, so it's going to be Baruch basketball.
I think Coach Alisi has to be pleased with his defensive effort. Again, no easy entry passes, deny the three, and, make John Jay work for their shot. No giveaways today.
So John Jay going to their bench here pretty early. Lineup is Jones Jr., Bell, Barbato, Brat, and Evelyn. So a bunch of subs here for John Jay. As Reese finds a cutting guy, that one tipped out of bounds by John Jay. Really nice look there by Jack Reese. Always has his eyes up, looking for the open man.
Yeah, he would have had to thread the needle, Brian, to get that guy.
Yeah, definitely a good idea, though, by Jack Reese. As that errant pass is corralled by Bajrami at the top. He'll drive, shakes his defender, off glass, no good. Rebounded, Bell and John Jay will push.
I think the Bearcats, Brian, very quickly need to get Muhammad Guy in the flow, get him some touches.
Yeah, Muhammad Guy, very versatile, big there for Coach Alisi, as that errant pass will get the Bearcats possession here as they lead by 10 points.
Yeah, Brian, I just want to point out to the fans at home, look at the playing time that Cameron Burns is getting. Coach Alisi has a plan to bring this talented freshman along.
And Jack Reese, really nice move there into a lot of contact. Unable to finish, but he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Jack is not on paper a good foul shooter, but I think the more looks he gets, he's going to get better because he's such a tough competitor.
Reese knocks down the first.
The recipe for today, Bearcats need to get a lot of foul line looks. They don't get to the line enough.
And Reese rattles both home. Bearcats lead 23-11, 10:26 remaining here in the first half.
Look for Jamel Fair to kind of, make things happen defensively.
And that three, no good for Rivera. Rebound Reese, and full court pass. Cameron Burns unable to control that one. Good look, aggressive look there out of Reese.
Cameron may play for the Buffalo Bills tomorrow.
Yeah, and speaking of Burns, beautiful block there, able to get the ball back to the Bearcats. Fair goes to Richards, and the layup is good.
Boy, I'll tell you, if the Chiefs and Bills need players, they can look right here at the Arc.
Yeah. So Bell working on Fair at the top. Corner three, Barbato rattles out. And Fair's going to slow it up here for the Bearcats as they set up into their offense.
Yeah, Baruch defensively can't get complacent. They have to stop the three ball. Don't give easy looks on that.
And Jamel Fair, really nice drive inside. Step back, doesn't go down. As Bell will take it up for John Jay. Bell working on Reese. He'll go to Rivera. Rivera, long two, and knocks that one down.
One of the things that the viewers need to see, Brian, is Richards and Reese like to turn players so that they can get each other a steal.
Yeah, both very active on the defensive end. Cameron Burns, a no-look pass. Corner three, Jamel Fair. Almost gets that one to go. Wow, that was a really pretty setup there.
Yeah, it was a good look. That's a good shot for Fair. Usually makes those.
And again, the court awareness by Burns to find his open teammate uncontested in the corner there.
The Bearcats, Brian, with 8:46 up 25-13. They're in a good place. Now, you're at home, and you want to really bear down and keep John Jay at bay.
For sure, definitely on the Bearcats to keep their foot on the gas pedal here. Certainly don't want to let up a little bit of a lead. So Evelyn looking for Rivera. A little miscue there as the ball rattles into the bleachers, and it's going to be side out Bearcats.
What made that happen, Bajrami being active with his body and arms, he got into the head of the passer.
Again, everyone on the floor here is very active for this Bearcats defense. Certainly wouldn't want the challenge of going against them as Bajrami finds Guy, and Guy, the easy layup, slapping the backboard.
Body language tells the story, Bearcat Nation. The Bearcats are feeling it. They know what they can do out there.
The Bearcats with a comfortable 14-point lead in what was a lot of back-and-forth basketball early on. Baruch really controlling the middle part of this first half. Rebound Bajrami now.
But they can't, to your point, Brent, they can't take their foot off the gas pedal, okay? They have to keep playing.
So Bajrami working on Rivera, the up and under, and he gets that one to go. Adnan Bajrami.
That's desire. That's just desire.
Bajrami with 6 here. 3-6 from the field. Evelyn will pick up Fair. Evelyn goes baseline. Top of the key. Bell knocks that long two down. It's going to be a timeout, John Jay, as they're going to hope to capitalize on a little bit of that momentum, scoring on 2 consecutive possessions. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back in a few. So John Jay calling a timeout after some positive game flow there, able to knock down a few looks on the Bearcats' defense after going scoreless for quite some time.
Yeah, the Bearcats don't want to let John Jay get comfortable, especially from the 3.
So Bajrami working on Watkins. Here's Donovan. Resets. Bajrami driving. He'll hand off to Richards. Richards finds Fair. Fair will go to Donovan, long 3, and he knocks that down. Sean Donovan with the long 3 to give the Bearcats a 32-15 lead.
Yeah, it's nice when Donovan joins the party because he's a knockdown shooter.
And Watkins working on Guy into some contact, no call, gets the old board, and he's able to finish on the second attempt.
Keep your eye, Brian, on points in the paint. Baruch wants to decrease John Jay's points in the paint.
So Donovan will call out the offense for Coach Alisi. Passes off to Bajrami. Bajrami looking for an opening. Now Guy on the baseline. Back to Bajrami. Bajrami going into the paint. Hard stop, doesn't get that one to go. And John Jay is going to push it here with some tempo. Here's Bell working on Donovan. And Donovan able to win that battle. Richards going to push it up now for the Bearcats. John Jay does have numbers. Bajrami unable to handle that pass as he was looking to cut to the basket.
I think Bajrami should get in the ear of his point guards to tell them, hey, we're in no rush. Calm down. Let's set it up. It'll come.
And Watkins will advance the ball for John Jay. Now Jones Jr. Jones Jr. with the deep 2. And Richards unable to secure that rebound, so this one's going to stay with the Bloodhounds.
The Bearcats, Brian, should pressure Jones a little bit more. He's got too much freedom.
So Watkins on the inbound looking for the open man. He'll find Holmes. Kicked out to Corey Jones. Here's a 3 ball, and he knocks it down. Nice look there out of John Jay and Corey Jones knocking down a deep 3.
Yeah, they got to pay more attention to Jones. He looks like he's an offensive threat.
Here's Bajrami. Bajrami finds Fair, and Fair takes a lot of contact.
Great pass from Bajrami.
So Bell picks up a quick 3 fouls here in the first half. Bajrami would have had an easy look there, as before he could even secure the ball.
Well, again, the thing is, Brian, is that, Baruch is pushing it on the gas pedal, trying to get to the basket, not relying on the outside shot.
And Donovan will go to Fair. Fair in the corner. Working baseline. He's going to find Richards now in the opposite corner. Richards goes to Donovan. Donovan pump fake, and they're going to ring him up for stepping out of bounds. Always a tough play with those corner looks. If you kind of step back to get that quick step on your defender, pretty easy to step out of bounds.
So sometimes you think you got enough room, but you don't.
So Watkins will bring it up for John Jay. Backing down Richards, and offensive foul. Michael Richards doing a nice job absorbing that contact.
One of the things that Michael Richards brings to the table is a guy willing to sacrifice his body. The lost art of the charge, the offensive foul.
For sure, Joe. And especially credit to Richards coming off the injury last game. No fear, getting right there with 2 feet, able to absorb all the contact and get the ball back for his team. Now here's Donovan. Donovan working inside, and he gets called for the travel. Just took a little bit of a half step there as he was looking for Richards from 3.
Yeah, I think Donovan has the right idea, but he just needs to be a little more patient. Bearcats up by 12. Let's keep it together.
Watkins getting into the paint of the Bearcats. Gets to 2 feet, and Purestick able to get a hand on that. Recovered by Jones. Here's Holmes. Easy layup. Donovan slowing up. Bearcats still have a 10-point lead. Bajrami in the corner. Shakes his defender. Here's Richards at the top. Swung on to Donovan. Donovan pulls from 3, and that one rattles out off front iron. Rebound, Corey Jones Jr. Now Watkins, one-on-one with Richards. He's going to slow it up, reset the offense here.
So big possession because you can feel John Jay gaining a little bit of confidence.
And Holmes, really nice look there. Finds a cutting Joe Anthony Allen. And that's going to be a Bearcat timeout as John Jay cuts the deficit within single figures. With 3:37 remaining, we'll be back in a few moments. Back to action here. John Jay able to really cut into that Bearcat lead. Find themselves within 8 points. As they're going to bring some pressure here, Bearcats able to break down the trap. Here's Bajrami going baseline. Sent out to Fair. Burns looking for the 3. He'll hold. Giving back to Richards.
Notice the substitution to get Burns back in the game by Coach Alisi, maybe to get some fire going again.
So Bajrami going back to Burns. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Burns looking for back iron, and he's going to get rung up for the charge.
I don't know, Brian. He went up straight. It didn't look like he went into the player, but...
Yeah, almost looked like a double charge there in the sense that a few John Jay defenders able to plant their feet outside of the RA, and that'll get the ball back to the Bloodhounds.
You would have thought, because it's a home game, that maybe Burns would have got that call.
So Watkins giving to Corey Jones Jr., and going to be some contact on the inside. It's going to go back to the Bearcats.
That was a makeup call by the refs, I think. All right, Brian, listen, 3 minutes left. Baruch needs to get that lead back double digits to get their, that confidence going into the locker room of what they did, body of work in the first half.
Of course, you definitely want to enter that halftime with some momentum as Bajrami will slow it up. Here's a deep three from Burns off back iron. Again, nice aggressive look there out of the freshman.
Yeah, I think he needs to penetrate.
So here's Holmes. And they're going to call Jamel Fair on the foul there. Pretty aggressive look there by Holmes.
There's no doubt that John Jay coaching staff wants their players to go to the basket. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of outside shots. They feel that they can hurt Baruch going to the basket.
Holmes knocks down the first. Yeah, Joe, if they keep that up, Bearcats going to find themselves in some foul trouble. If John Jay's looking to penetrate the lane, attack the rim.
Coach Alisi is going to have to call on Muhammad Guy and Pearsall to be that rim protector if this is going to be the pattern by John Jay.
So Holmes knocks down his second look. Just like that, 32-26 ball game.
Well, Bearcats have to keep it together and get a high percentage shot.
Yeah, really would love a few points out of the Bearcats here as Bajrami. Nice finish there from Bajrami. He gets the perfect pass from Sofronio.
Sofronio, one of the unsung heroes for Coach Alisi, always makes something happen when he's in the lineup.
And really like to see Bajrami being aggressive there. He leads the Bearcats now with 8 points. Watkins pulls from the elbow, and he'll get that one to go.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, just tough shot. Able to knock it down. You got to tip your cap.
Defense was there. Okay, so again, Bearcats, don't be in a hurry. Get a high percentage shot.
So Bajrami working on his defender, giving back to Jack Reese. Now Purisic in the paint, working on Fraser, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. That's going to go back to John Jay.
That's another call where he really didn't go into the player. He just kind of bounced the ball.
Yeah, Coach Alisi not happy with that one, presumably so.
Yeah, that's a ticky-tack foul.
Nonetheless, John Jay will look to capitalize here. 2-possession ball game here with 1:20 remaining in the first half. Pass intended for Rivera. He's able to corral that one after some Bajrami interference. Watkins calling out the offense. Go screen there from Jones Jr. going inside to Elaney. And Bajrami is going to get rung up for the foul there.
Yeah, Bajrami had his back turned.
Correction, that's going to be on Sofronio.
One of the things that Coach Alisi is going to talk about immediately in the locker room is you're putting John Jay on the foul line just too much.
And you saw a similar pattern in last game against Lehman. Really helped the Lightning keep the game close, slow down the clock, and chip away at some deficits, just as John Jay's done here.
Coach Alisi is a defensive coach. That's what he hangs his hat on, one of the better coaches in CUNY. And he's not going to stand for complacency defensively. Everything is about what the textbook says, how you play defense.
So Aline good on both. Under 1 minute mark here in the first half. Bearcats offense slowing it up a bit. Purisic pulling from 3, almost knocks that down. Sofronio looking to get the O board, no good, and Holmes will push it up with some pace. Aline, long 2, rebound Reese. Reese with his eyes up, looking for a teammate. He's going to take it himself, coast to coast, and Jack Reese finishing through contact.
Jack Reese, he's a catalyst, and that's what catalysts do. They take it to the basket.
Yeah, really nice look there from Jack Reese, senior leader for this team.
If John Jay is going to give him that, he should do that often.
And John Jay can hold for final possession here as Sofronio picks up another quick foul. And that's going to put the Bearcats in the bonus.
The Bearcats have to really think about it in the locker room. Don't go away from, just move your feet and move your hands, and you'll be okay defensively. You don't have to body these players.
And Frazier banks in the first. TJ Chisholm checking in. He'll replace Rivera. No good on the second. Rebound Bajrami, and the Bearcats can hold for final possession here with 12 seconds remaining.
Well, Bajrami is the guy. It may come down to him or Reese.
Jack Reese going inside for Sofronio, and another offensive foul on the Bearcats. So this is going to send John Jay with 1.2 remaining. It's going to be the inbound on Bloodhound baseline.
Ryan, another questionable call.
Yeah, but you see the officials are giving it to the Baruch, so they're going to have to switch up their approach a bit.
Yep.
At least they're consistent as John Jay holding for the final look. Half-court heave. And Aline knocks that down. Let's see if it's confirmed with the officials. And that one's good. Is Aline able to secure the halftime lead for the Bloodhounds?
Well, don't you think they should review that, Brian?
I'm not sure that there's much of a review process here at that level.
Oh.
Actually, it looks like the officials overturning the call, saying it's no good there, but nonetheless, heroic effort. Apologies, we're looking for confirmation from the scores table.
Yeah, he hung in the air.
So that three's going to count going into the half. We don't see that too often with the half-court heave knocking down. That's why you practice those in shoot-around. But
yeah, Steph Curry does that with routine. But
nonetheless, Joel Anthony Aline, big shot going into the half for the Bloodhounds. So we'll be back in 15 minutes with second half CUNYAC action between your Baruch College Bearcats and the Bloodhounds of John Jay. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back to second half action between your Baruch Bearcats and the John Jay Bloodhounds. Bearcats leading 36-34 after one of the more impressive shots we've ever seen at the Arc Arena.
Yeah, Brian, there's no doubt the conversation in the locker room for the Bearcats was, hey, let's stop this bleeding, so to speak, and get back to what we do.
And a very nice backdoor cut there. Corey Jones Jr. with the pass from Jordan Bell. Answers early from John Jay, picking up where they left off, and just like that, we have a tie ball game here at 36-all.
Who is going to step up for the Bearcats to get them back to their way of playing?
And they're going to call a foul on Watkins there. So it'll be underneath the basket for the Bearcats, Sean Donnellan to inbound.
Isaac, hands up!
Donnellan struggling to find an open man, and it's going to be a turnover. Nice defense there by John Jay.
Let's give John Jay credit that they could have easily packed it up and gone back uptown.
Yeah.
But they kind of got a feel that, you know, what's going to work for them today.
Angel Rivera pulls from three. No good. Rebound Purisic. Full court pass. Finds Bajrami for the easy lay-in. No good. And that one corralled by Rivera. That's a tough miss for Bajrami.
Yeah, that would have been a good beginning for the Bearcats to get right their ship.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate roll of the ball there. And then on the other end, Bearcats didn't have the man advantage, so John Jay able to draw the foul. And Bell knocks down the first.
So, Brian, it's beginning the second half. Okay, so things are kind of not going well for the Bearcats. But this is a test now of what you're made of. And this is why people win championships, because they find a way out of adversity.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, talking just about momentum swings, and basketball is a game of taking punches and responding. So Bearcats taking an early punch here in the second half, and the punch continues as Holmes gets away the steal from Purisic, but not before Jamel Fair recovers quickly on the other end for Baruch. Pass down to Purisic now. Purisic backing down Jones Jr. Hook shot, no good. Rebound Holmes, and Bell to push it up for the Bloodhounds.
It was a good look. It just it fell short. Now, Baruch has got to really create some sort of comeback based on defense first.
And Rivera, really nice move to keep that one alive, but he's going to get rung up for the foul there. Didn't have a ton of real estate on that baseline. Took some contact there.
I think that Bajrami is going to have to really be a leader and get in the ears of his teammates and say, come on, we're at home.
So Donovan to take things up. Purisic working around Holmes. Corner pass, Donovan three, high arcing shot, he knocks it down. Sean Donovan looking good here from three on the afternoon.
Good timing for Donovan to kind of start a little fire.
So Donovan 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And Richards and Purisic joining forces, able to cause some havoc for Bell down low. Corey Jones Jr., deep three, no good. Bajrami pushing it up with some tempo.
Good defense by Richards.
And Richards going into the lane, draws the contact and finishes with the left. So he'll go to the line for the N1 opportunity.
Certain players like Michael Richards, Bajrami, Jamal Fair, Jack Reese, there's something about them that they can get you back into a game because they just bring so much to the table with their craftiness.
Yeah, all those guys play really hard end-to-end basketball. And Richards knocks down the free throw and converts the N1 opportunity.
So Baruch is punching back now.
Yes.
And they now have to really dig their heels in defensively and create this fire a little bit more.
Holmes for three. Off back iron, rebound Piersick. Bell pressuring Piersick in the Bearcats' end. And that's going to give the Bearcats a little bit of advantage on the offensive end. Here's Donilon looking for three. Dishes off to Richards. Richards working inside. Now hands off to Piersick. Piersick going up, and he's blocked by Holmes. Holmes looking up court. Jones Jr. one-on-one with Donilon. Into some contact. The Euro, and he finishes with the left.
Jones is apparently a very talented player, and one of the things the Bearcats have to do is force him to his right because he's all lefty.
So Richards going inside. He'll find Piersick that time. Piersick able to finish easily. And that's Piersick's 8th point of the afternoon.
Hey, Bearcat Nation, sit down. Make sure you have a nice hot chocolate. We got a good one here at the Arc.
Yes, we do. Holmes looking to pull. He'll dish it off to Rivera. Rivera with the three off front iron. Loose ball there. Him and Fair went for it. John Jay able to recover. Bell at the free throw line. Looking for Rivera on the baseline. Rivera looking for the floater. Loose ball. And we'll see what the call on the floor is here. Might have been a jump ball. Didn't hear a whistle. So it's going to be Bearcat ball. Yes. Possession now staying with the Bearcats.
One of the things, Brian, that the Bearcats are going to have to improve on is when a shot goes up, they're going to have to get inside position of the man to get ready for the rebound. All hands on deck.
Yeah, John Jay winning some position battles here. And Jamel Fair will pull from the free throw line. Step back jumper is good. Bearcats lead 46-40. Watkins pushing with pace. Richards nearly picks him. Jones Jr. baseline layup, no good. Donilon pushing up with pace now. And he's going to go coast to coast. Unable to get that one. Rebound, Bell. Jones Jr. and Rivera have numbers on Piersick. Rivera with the hezzy. Gets Piersick to commit the foul and finishes the layup. So he'll go to the line for the three-point play. So Frazier and Guy checking in for John Jay and Baruch respectively. Rivera can make this a three-point game. And no good. Rebound Bajrami. That would have been a dangerous offensive rebound for John Jay as Bajrami dribbles through contact, and they're going to call down Rivera. I agree with the official there. We had a pretty good view at that one, Joe. Kind of stopped Bajrami in his tracks.
Yeah, but Brian, what's happening at the 15-minute mark, 46-42, is both teams are feeling each other out. They've each had success, and they're trying to kind of one-up each other.
So that's going to be Rivera's 4th personal, which is very early. So he's going to come out for quite some time. Coach Highland going to his bench. And John Jay looking for another offensive foul. That time, it's going to stay with the Bearcats.
Jordan Bell on the ball.
John Jay, we saw in the first half, do a really good job getting the Bearcats to commit the charge. Officials calling it, they're going to it, but that time the call ends in the Bearcats' favor.
Yeah, I think Richards has to just pull up inside the foul line and distribute without committing his body.
And Donilon with the errant inbound pass off the bottom of the backboard, corralled by John Jay, and they're able to finish on the Bearcats' end. Once again, 2-point ball game here at the Arc Arena. Bajrami, top of the key, long three, offside iron, and Bell's going to push it up. Bell dribbles off his foot, corralled by Richards. He's able to dribble out of some traffic. Bajrami going to Donilon, and Donilon with the easy left finish.
That's when the Bearcats are at their best. Richards creates a turnover into a basket. So good sign for the Bearcats that Richards making something happen. The Bearcats capitalize.
So timeout here on the floor. Bearcats leading 48-44 with 14:23 remaining. We'll be back in a few moments. So John Jay will inbound coming out of the timeout.
What the Bearcats, Brian, right off the bat have to do, again, watch Jones, force him to his right, stop the penetration, and points in the paint by John Jay.
And important how both teams coming out of that timeout. It feels like a pretty crucial turning point in this game as far as momentum, as Jamel Fair comes away with the steal. He'll push. And Jamel Fair going coast to coast, finishes through contact. No call, but strong move there by Jamel Fair.
Fair Richards, people who make plays when you need it.
So Bearcats lead by 6 points. Corner three, Jordan Bell. High bounce off the rim, doesn't get that one to go, but Jones Jr. stepping into this one. Rebound Frazier, tough move there. Jawan Frazier able to get that one to go. And looks like the Bearcats are going to call another timeout. This one's going to be a 30-second as John Jay able to come out of that timeout and have their looks. So we'll be back in a few moments once again. So back underway here at the Arc Arena. John Jay stringing together some good looks on both ends.
Yeah, Brian, Frazier for John Jay. Baruch is going to have to really address him. Very active player in the post.
Jamel Fair at the elbow. Pump fake, he'll drive into some contact. No call once again, but Fair finishing through.
Fair is just getting better by the game for the Bearcats.
Really nice combination of size, speed, and strength out of Fair. Able to score at all levels, do a lot of things well for the Bearcats on both ends of the floor.
Bearcats here have to stop penetration.
Watkins off front iron, rebound Richards. He takes some contact from Frazier.
Richards was rewarded with a very good defensive possession by the Bearcats. They stayed in their places so John Jay couldn't go anywhere. Closed the doors.
So Jack Reese will take it up for the Bearcats. Bearcats making a few subs.
Good substitution by Coach Alisi at a good time. Things are going better, and Reese can only help you get better.
So Richards to Fair. Fair at the top of the key. Passes off to Burns. Burns back to Fair. Pump fake. Burns corner pass to Richards now. And Richards looking for the entry pass. Kick ball, and that's going to stay with the Bearcats. This time on the baseline, Jack Reese to inbound with the fresh 20. Last time the Bearcats committed a turnover, unable to find the open man. This time they'll go to Cameron Burns in the corner, pump fakes, looking for the baseline drive. Rattled off Corey Jones Jr. last, and that's going to stay with Baruch.
Brian, keep your eye on what's happening. Baruch attempt to get to the foul line. They're not getting to the foul line, and we're into the second half.
Yeah, John Jay winning the free throw battle. As that's going to be a travel on the Bearcats. So John Jay shooting double the amount of free throw attempts of the Bearcats, able to penetrate the paint and get those calls.
Yeah, Brian, that's something Baruch has to improve on as the second half continues.
So quick sub as Muhammad Guy checks in for Sofronio. Jones Jr. going baseline off the bottom of the net, corralled by Watkins. And Michael Richards doing exactly what Michael Richards does on the defensive end, able to draw the charge outside of the RA. And not exactly a spot that you always see that charge call when someone's looking to facilitate for their teammate, but Richards really good positioning there. And
Michael Richards, Brian, has found a way to get that charge.
So Reese will handle things for the Bearcats. Inside the Guy. Guy with a strong move in the post.
Let's credit the entry pass by Reese. It wasn't easy, Brian. Let's also give props to Guy for a good catch. Kind of like a tight end.
Yeah, not an easy catch with a lot of traffic around you down in the paint. And Jack Reese able to come away with the steal. Let's see where the ball goes. It's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow is going to stay with the Bloodhounds.
Brian, when Baruch's defense is at its best, a guy like Watkins will turn his man into a teammate. In that case, it was Reese. When that happens, Baruch is at its best defensively.
So Bell will inbound on the Bearcats baseline. And Allen A will draw the foul. The foul's going to be on Jack Reese.
Yeah, the problem was the entry pass got there, and John Jay, was in a good position to get a shot off.
Adnan Bajrami checking in for the Bearcats. He'll replace Richards. Going to need some big minutes out of Bajrami to keep this one in check. John Jay doing a nice job of staying in this one. Allen is good on both. Frazier checking in for him. And Bajrami will inbound for the Bearcats. Jack Reese taking it up.
Brian, let's give a shout-out to Jack Reese. Since Coach Alisi put him in the game, a different feel for the Bearcats offensively.
Yeah, Jack Reese able to facilitate. Not that time as Jordan Bell comes away with the entry pass steal, but Muhammad Guy with a monster block on the Bearcats' defensive end, and Cameron Burns pushing it up now. He'll find Jack Reese, pulls from three, offside iron, rebound by the Bloodhounds.
Even when Reese commits a turnover, he'll make up for it twofold.
So Cameron Burns able to get that rebound. Takes it coast to coast. Beautiful feed inside to Muhammad Guy, and Guy picks up the foul.
I'll tell you, again, every game I credit Coach Alisi with a particular in-game coaching move. When he put Burns back in, notice how things are happening offensively.
Yeah, Cameron Burns able to, like you said, Joe, be that catalyst for this Bearcats lineup as Guy knocks down the first.
Boy, what a solid player Muhammad Guy is, and is getting better by game.
Yeah, Muhammad Guy, only a sophomore.
Your classic post player.
Jack Reese playing some tight defense. And he's going to – actually, I don't think the foul call was on him. The call was actually on Muhammad Guy off the ball.
But you know what, Brian? That's not a bad foul because it's keeping John Jay so far away from the basket.
So Holmes working on Fair, looking baseline, kicks it back out to the top. Leston will handle things, working on Jack Reese. Leston coming off the screen. And Leston's going to have to put up a shot, pass it off to Bell. Bell holds, and that's going to be a shot clock violation on John Jay. So really nice job there by the Bearcats defense.
Well, notice there was no penetration. Everything was on the outside looking in. Great job by the Bearcats defensively.
Jack Reese will push things up. Corner pass, Cameron Burns working on a Bajrami screen. Jack Reese coming off some contact. Corner three, Jamel Fair. Side iron corralled by Eleni. Back out top for Leston. Leston dishes to Holmes in the corner. Leston back out to the top. Now Bell, now back to Holmes, and blocked by Bajrami on the three ball attempt. Frazier jumps on this one, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. John Jay not happy with that one. And
well, those were back-to-back shot clock violations, which mean Baruch is at the peak of their defense.
Burns working on Leston. That pass to Fair was tipped, but secured by Fair. John Jay coming with a double on Burns. Goes inside the Guy with the up and around move. Unable to finish that one. Full court pass, tipped by Guy, but corralled by Holmes. Doesn't get the layup to go, and Reese will push things up. Full court pass. And that's going to stay with the Bearcats as Bell was able to get quite a bit of positioning on Burns. Reese to inbound. Burns working on Holmes. Back out top to Bajrami. Bounce pass to Fair. And Fair will pull from three, and that one looked good out of the hand. It is good. As Jamel Fair rattles that one home from downtown. So the Bearcats will go into the timeout with a 59-48 lead. We'll be back in a few moments. Back underway. Good matchup here between the Bearcats and Bloodhounds.
The momentum has swung mightily towards the Bearcats because of their defense.
Yeah, their defense doing a nice job of not letting John Jay really work back into this one despite a few big runs out of the Bloodhounds. Eleni no good. Rebound Bell. He's stripped. I believe that was Bajrami. Jack Reese now pressured.
So let's keep count. That's three great defensive possessions in a row by the Bearcats.
And Cameron Burns doing a really nice job of breaking down the defensive pressure. Takes it coast to coast, just unable to finish into the lane. Here's Bell now up and under Bajrami. And nice defense there by Bajrami. Another possession. Bajrami in the corner looking for the three. Step back. Long three, doesn't get it to go, and that's going to be rebounded by Bell.
I think the Bearcats have to be patient on offense here.
Jones Jr. offside iron, rebound Burns.
Work the clock a little bit, get their breath back.
Yep, so Burns is going to do exactly that, slowing it up for the Bearcats. Bajrami leaves it for Fair in the corner. Fair inside to Jack Reese, and Reese gets that one to go.
Anytime you get offense from Jack Reese, it's an added bonus, and he gets rewarded for his hard work that doesn't show up in the box score.
So Jack Reese was 6 points here in the afternoon. A few subs on both sides. Pretty full scores table prior to the substitution timeout. So back underway here. Bearcats leading 61-48. Again, a nice run here led by the Bearcats defense, leading to offense. So Rivera with a clean lane, working on Fair. So the basket's going to count. And Rivera will go to the line for the M1 opportunity. Again, we had a good angle at it, but Rivera, pretty clean lane just to attack the rim there. Bearcats need a little bit better job on the weak side help defense.
Brian, to your point, Fair was never set defensively, and he opened up.
Yeah.
And he let Rivera just, get on his motorcycle and go.
So Donnellan to Fair. Back to Donnellan. Now Richards back up top to Donnellan, swung around to Burns, and Burns will pull from the deep three, and he knocks it down. Cameron Burns, how do you like that, Joe?
Well, I like it a lot. He's my man. Jersey rules.
So John Jay looking to respond here before the Bearcats put this one out of commission for the Bloodhounds. Now Holmes, nice pivots. Able to shake Purisic, and he gets that short jumper to go.
Yeah, again, in the last 6 minutes, Brian, I want the defense to really up it here. Don't get crazy about offense. You got enough offense.
Purisic, nice find to Donnellan. Doesn't get his layup to go, but Michael Richards, really good positioning and awareness, able to get the putback.
Defense is going to win a chip for the Bearcats.
So that's going to be Richards' 11th point on the afternoon, having a great game on both ends of the floor as Holmes works down Purisic, able to get the driving layup to go.
Yeah, that was too easy. Okay, Bearcats can't get complacent here.
So Burns swung on to Jamel Fair, corner three, and Jamel Fair knocks it down.
Boy, isn't it nice to know when you need a punch, you get one from a guy like Fair. How about that?
And Jamel Fair nearly gets the steal as Cameron Burns applying a ton of pressure in the backcourt. Now Holmes pulling from three. Offside iron, rebound Burns. Burns scanning the floor, finds Purisic in stride. And that one's going to go back to the Bloodhounds. Baruch bench does not like that call. And a lot of end-to-end action here with 4:42 remaining. Bearcats with a 14-point lead, but definitely can't take their foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, I think that, again, as every game continues to go on here in the season, Brian, the Bearcats need to really focus on how well they did defensively and then offensively second.
Great point. So Watkins working on Richards, and just like clockwork, Michael Richards able to draw the charge. John Jay bench understandably not happy with that one, but again, Richards just knowing where he's at on the floor, getting to 2 feet, planted, no movement. That's a charge pretty much every time.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing the things that just win games for you.
Purisic, corner pass for Richards. Richards going inside. Fair, unable to corral that pass. A little wild, and that's going to go back to John Jay.
Here's where your leader, Bajrami or even Donnellan, has to say, hey, guys, let's work the clock. We have a lead. what a hurry are we in? You know, we'll get something good to eat a little bit later.
So Rivera doesn't have a ton of real estate. He'll pull from 3 off front iron. Rebound Jones Jr. and Fair's going to pick up the loose ball foul.
But that's not a bad foul. I mean, do you see the work that Fair's putting in?
Yeah, Fair. Again, that's a hustle play. Tough foul. Looks like there's going to be an injury timeout. So there's going to be can't tell if it's an injury timeout or a substitution. Barbado absorbs some contact. Baruch's trainers will tend to him. So John Jay will go to their bench, and Baruch will do the same. Cameron Burns checking right back in. And it will be side out for the Bloodhounds.
Brian, the way the Bearcats finish up this game defensively may dictate the rest of the season. You know, the last couple of minutes is when you hang your hat on stops.
Yeah, Bearcats will definitely need some big stops here as they're able to get one there. And they're going to get a foul call there. That's going to put the Bearcats in the bonus. So Cameron Burns will go to line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Jones was, you know, all over him.
So Burns has the opportunity to extend what's already been a great afternoon for the freshman.
Well, he's really maturing by the game. And why? Because Coach Alisi is literally throwing him into big-time situations instead of sitting him and letting him watch. And so credit Coach Alisi with, again, some tremendous in-game coaching moves this season.
So Burns good on the second. He has 11 on the afternoon. Bearcats defense holding up here against John Jay in the second half. Again, a nice-looking defensive possession. Rivera, step back, gets that to go, but Bearcats defense looking pretty good here. So Baruch leads by 13, 3:38 remaining. It's going to be a timeout. John Jay will be back in a few. So back underway here at the Arc Arena. John Jay bringing the pressure. Bearcats able to break it down. I spoke too soon as Richards was looking for an open Bajrami, who could have done whatever he wanted with a lot of real estate, but the official said John Jay got a hand on that errant pass, and this one's going to stay with the Bearcats. I don't know if that was the right call, but Bearcats will look to capitalize here.
Yeah, you don't want to argue. It worked out for the Bearcats.
So Bajrami, he'll drive, kicks out to Burns, and Burns knocking it down. Cameron Burns, have yourself a day.
Cameron Burns, welcome to college basketball.
Very exciting piece for Coach Alisi to develop over the next 4 years, as Burns has 14 on the afternoon. And as soon as I say his name, once again, active on the boards, able to corral the rebound. And he's actually going to pick up the foul going for the loose ball, so he'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
You know something, Bajrami has not had his regular game where we keep giving him accolades. But if you notice, Burns has kind of taken his place. Not to take anything away from the greatness of Bajrami, but it's nice to know as a team that you have players who can assume different roles.
So Burns off on the first currently has a line of 14 points, 7 rebounds, all defensive, and 3 assists. So Burns missed a pair of free throws here, make that 3, but nonetheless can't say enough about his effort. He can definitely clean that up in practice.
Yeah. He's, again, remember, just a freshman. He's going to be the best.
So Angel Rivera, step back jumper, no good. Corey Jones Jr. able to get the rebound over Jack Reese. Rivera driving inside, wild move, rebound Bajrami, and he's stripped. But it's going to be another foul underneath the basket on the Bloodhounds. So that's going to send the Bearcats, namely Bajrami, to shoot 2 as John Jay's in the bonus.
Brian, while we have a little bit of time left in the game, just want to shout out some important people to the Baruch family. Nick McNichol, longtime friend of Coach Ray Rankus and part of our Baruch family, basketball family. Alex Arena, Carmelo, mainstays, loyalty beyond loyalty, sitting in half court. And all of you people at home, Bearcat Nation, you are the best.
Well, thank you for that, Joe. Always appreciate your insight and your loyalty to the Baruch family as well. As Jones Jr., deep 3, and he picks up the foul. They're going to get Jack Reese for that one.
But by the way, Brian, while we have a kind of second, Baruch baseball returns this week to defend their championship. And you were one of the mainstays to the excellence of Baruch under the guidance of the best, Jose Torres. Let's hope that everything works out and they get another chip to add to their illustrious run here.
Absolutely. Very excited to see what Coach Jose Torres and the baseball team can do. Great to see them back in action. And, it's always exciting. Now from the outside looking in, seeing what a lot of the guys are up to and just want to see continued success for the program.
Yeah, well, Brian, you were part of probably one of the better team that probably were better people off the court than they were on the field. You guys were epitome of class. And now you're in the work world, kind of getting it done in a big way.
Yeah, well, I definitely appreciate the on-air shout-out, Joe, as always, and your continued support of the program. So John Jay still staying in this one, 15-point ball game. Holmes unable to get the rolling layup to go. They're going to call a jump ball there. Bearcats will maintain the possession arrow. So Jack Reese to inbound. No surprise that John Jay is going to bring some pressure here. He'll find Burns, but barely, as Jordan Bell, nice hustle play to knock that one into his own bench. It's going to stay with the Bearcats. So full timeout coming from Coach Alisi's bench. Bearcats lead by 15, 2:09 remaining here in the second half. We'll be back in a minute. So side out for the Bearcats, Jack Reese to inbound, and he finds Bajrami. Bloodhounds doubling up Bajrami, outlet pass to Reese. Now Reese doubled up. Cameron Burns bobbled that one, but hangs on to it. So Reese is going to work around the corner, dribbles back up. Now Burns finds Bajrami coming off the screen. Bajrami drives, up and in, strong move and count it. Adnan Bajrami.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Bajrami, whether it's the beginning of the game or the end of the game. He's still playing. And, Brian, with 1:48 to go, we've learned more about Coach Alisi's attack. We've learned that Cameron Burns is more mature and ready to deliver. We've also learned that Michael Richards is going to get you a lot of wins because of his willingness to sacrifice his body.
Absolutely. So a lot of good takeaways out of this one for the Bearcats, closing in under the 2-minute mark.
Big conference win before we, jinx it.
And Jones Jr. gets the layup to go. Took a lot of contact there, no call. Fair and Reese working together to break down the trap. And Reese absorbs the contact. He's going to go to the line.
Brian, just a question. How would you feel as Reese, your starting point guard, or you like him off the bench?
I think in a lot of ways, Jack provides that spark plug for that second unit. Yeah, whether you have Donovan starting and then Reese coming off or vice versa, both are high-energy guys. Jack Reese, and I think one of the biggest components of Jack Reese's game is just he's a fast twitch player, so he's going to speed up the offense, put a lot of pressure on the defense to make quick reads and quick reactions. So, yeah, I mean, I love Jack Reese as a six-man, a lot of experience, played on some really good teams with some of the best players in program history. So definitely etching his name in the history books here.
Well, I guess Coach Alisi can't lose having Donnellan, starter, and Reese. Either way, you got good stuff to work with.
Definitely a good problem to have. So John Jay playing end-to-end, still hustling, still looking for looks on the offensive end as Purisic will inbound. And he's going to find Fair, open court. Let's see what Fair does. And he's blocked by that's Jesse Morales. So Leston driving in. Elaney, corner three, knocks it down. So John Jay is going to call a timeout. Down 13, 49 seconds remaining. Certainly would need a pretty crazy sequence to work the way back into this one.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, good on the Bloodhounds for fighting down to the finish and hopefully some good momentum that they can take out of this one.
Brian, to your point real quick, Coach Alisi just wants the defense not to get complacent.
Yeah, and definitely on the Bearcats to string together a few stops as we'll be back in a few moments. So 49 seconds remaining. Jamel Fair gets the inbound off. Richards, nice move to get through the double there.
Pressure it, keep playing.
Wingfeld in for the Bearcats as Jamel Fair will drive. He'll dribble it back up. Now Donnellan, top of the key. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll drive inside, kick out to Richards. Richards driving inside, and he's going to pick up the foul from Morales, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Gary Ciano, I know you're watching at home. Big part of the Baruch basketball family, tradition alumni day. Hope you and your family are safe. Just wanted to say hi.
And Richards knocks down the first. Richards having a very big game for the Bearcats.
Well, we want to give Richards credit because he just brought it all, the whole package. So him and Burns really are stepping up as of today. And again, I want to really quickly say congratulations to the Bearcats who had such a tough game against Lehman. Came out a little flat, and then boom, they may take another heavyweight match.
Yeah, so definitely not the start they wanted, but credit on this Bearcat team for fighting through the adversity early on and then really putting this one out of commission through the early point of the second half. So a lot of good takeaways for Coach Alisi and his squad to build on. Dangerous pass there, but Fair corrals it. He'll dribble it past the timeline, and the Bearcats can hold as they will take this CUNYAC matchup 82-69 over the John Jay Bloodhounds. So, Joe, the Bearcats will be back in action on Tuesday, January 25th against CCNY here at the Arc Arena.
Well, Brian, every game from here on in is a conference game, and it's just another step towards winning the chip. And, again, we've watched Baruch evolve. Every game, Coach Alisi makes a move, and it looks to be working for him. Guys are stepping up. Guys are getting more experience. Freshmen turn into sophomores real quick.
Yep.
And you're seeing the guys you can rely on. And, again, the in-game coaching by Coach Alisi just kind of it's working. So everything on the Baruch side, even when things are not good, you have the feeling that they're going to right the ship based on the bench, the coach's move. And also, I think these players really like each other.
Absolutely, Joe. So I think just a lot of positive things to take out of this one. So the Bearcats will be back in action on Tuesday. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. For Joe Stolzer, I'm Brian Flannery. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a good brunch, people. Enjoy.